There is a lot of reaction to the simultaneous raids on homes in Florida and California linked to music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
You've heard stories about Sean Diddy Combs before, but not like this. For years, comedian Katt Williams has claimed to know a side of Diddy the public never sees.
Involving allegations of assault and trafficking.
Here is where you wanna be. He says he's been holding on to 3 decades of Hollywood secrets, warning anyone who would listen. Most people laughed him off. Some called him bitter. Others said he was crazy. But now, with Diddy facing a major federal investigation, Katt's old interviews are being revisited.
I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it. That's how Diddy be feeling.
And suddenly, they don't sound so far-fetched. He's mentioned names, hinted at events, and painted a picture of a world that few ever get to see. Today, we're looking at exactly what Katt Williams has been saying all these years, the celebrities he's called out, the claims he's made, and why, for the first time, people might actually be paying attention. 1. The Empire Under Siege. Before we break down Katt Williams' warnings, we need to talk about the earthquake that just shook Hollywood to its core. For decades, Sean Diddy Combs wasn't just a music mogul, he was a brand, an institution. But in March 2024, that image took a massive hit. The world watched as Homeland Security agents swarmed his homes in Los Angeles and Miami, armored trucks, tactical teams, even helicopters in the sky. It looked like an action movie, but it was all real. These raids were part of a major federal investigation. Diddy hasn't been charged in that case, but the spectacle alone sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. This came after a series of high-profile lawsuits accusing him of serious misconduct. One was filed by his ex-girlfriend Cassie with allegations that were later settled. More lawsuits followed, each one adding more fuel to the fire. Diddy's legal team calls it all a witch hunt, insisting every accusation is baseless. But no matter what side you're on, one thing is clear. The king is under siege and his empire is in crisis. 2. The Prophet of Hollywood. Long before federal agents showed up, one man was shouting from the rooftops and almost nobody took him seriously. Enter Katt Williams. In a now legendary Club Shay Shay podcast interview in January 2024, just months before the raids, Katt wasn't just telling jokes, he was making a prophecy. He warned that all these big deviants would be catching hell in 2024. Katt Williams, archival audio. I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. He spoke about his own integrity, famously telling a story about turning down huge sums of money to protect himself from compromising situations. He claimed that to stay out of trouble, you had to be willing to say no when P. Diddy be wanting to party. At the time, many dismissed it as just another wild Katt Williams story. But after the raids on Diddy's homes, those claims suddenly felt chillingly relevant. For years, Katt was seen by many as just a controversial comedian. But the Diddy scandal has made people see him differently. The idea that Katt was vindicated is now a huge part of the conversation. Every meme and social media post seems to come to the same conclusion. Katt was right. He wasn't unhinged. He was trying to warn people. 3. Unpacking the list. The Inner Circle. So, who exactly did Katt Williams warn us about? Let's connect the dots he laid out, starting with those closest to Diddy. One of the first names to look at is Harve Pierre. Pierre was the longtime president of Bad Boy Records and a constant presence at Diddy's side. While Katt often spoke in general terms about the enablers around powerful men, the legal storm around Diddy has put a spotlight on figures like Pierre. In the fallout, Pierre has faced his own serious allegations in civil court. A former assistant filed a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and grooming. Another lawsuit accused both him and Diddy of horrific acts against a 17-year-old girl. Pierre has denied the allegations, calling them a tale of fiction. But these claims, made in court filings, perfectly match Katt's warning that the darkness around Diddy wasn't just about one man, but a whole culture that implicated others in his orbit. 4. The Industry Titans. Katt's warnings didn't stop with Diddy's direct employees. He pointed his finger at some of the biggest and most powerful names in entertainment. Perhaps the most shocking name to get tangled in the Diddy saga is Jay-Z. Katt has made cryptic comments for years about the real power structure in music. While he didn't directly link Jay-Z to Diddy's alleged crimes, legal filings did. In a refiled civil lawsuit, a woman identified as Jane Doe accused both Diddy and Sean Jay-Z Carter of assaulting her at an after-party in 2000 when she was just 13 years old. Jay-Z's legal team has fiercely denied this, calling the allegation a blackmail attempt and stressing that he is not a target in the federal investigation against Combs. It's critical to state that this remains an unproven allegation in a civil suit. But the mere mention of his name sent shockwaves through the industry and seemed to support Katt's point that the circles of power in Hollywood are smaller and more connected than we imagine. Then there's Tyler Perry. Katt's feud with Tyler Perry is legendary, but Katt has always framed it as more than just a personal fight. He sees it as a battle against a corrupt system. In Katt's eyes, powerful figures like Perry run a Hollywood machine that protects its own and punishes anyone who won't play along. He consistently places Perry within the same powerful group that he accuses of enabling people like Diddy. For Katt, it's not about one person, it's about the ecosystem they all share. 5. The comedians and the gang. Katt didn't just criticize music and movie moguls. He also called out his own peers, comedians he accused of being part of the problem. In his Club Shay Shay interview, he repeatedly brought up Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley. Katt accused them of being industry gatekeepers who work to maintain the status quo. He claimed they sideline authentic voices like his in favor of those willing to conform. According to him, you needed their approval to get ahead in comedy, an approval he says he never wanted and never got. He painted a picture of a controlled environment where a powerful few decide who gets a platform, ensuring that anyone who might expose the industry's secrets is kept on the outside. It's absolutely essential to state, however, that while Katt has been very vocal about this, there is no evidence linking either Steve Harvey or Ricky Smiley to Diddy's legal case or any related misconduct. These are Katt Williams' personal assertions about industry politics, not verified facts. 6. The Illuminati and the bizarre offer. Just when you think the story can't get any weirder, Katt Williams brings up the Illuminati. In one of his most famous anecdotes, Katt describes a secret meeting he was invited to with the rapper and actor Ludacris. He tells a story about being brought into a private room where Hollywood's power brokers laid out a choice: join them and play by their rules, or stay an outsider forever. According to Katt, Ludacris was offered a massive deal, a reported $200 million for 20 movies, to secure his place at the top. Ludacris has since responded in a freestyle rap saying, "Never been Illuminati, only Illudanati." Katt seems to use this story as a metaphor for the moral crossroads artist's face, explaining the Faustian bargains he believes are necessary for mega stardom. It's his story about a line he wouldn't cross, a line he implies others, including those in Diddy's world, were happy to jump over. A reckoning postponed, so where does all this leave us? The federal raids and ongoing investigation have confirmed that there are serious questions surrounding Diddy's empire, the very kind of questions Katt Williams has been raising for years. He painted a picture of a compromised industry, from Diddy's inner circle like Harve Pierre, who is now fighting his own legal battles, to titans like Jay-Z, whose name was whispered in shocking court documents. He called out industry gatekeepers like Steve Harvey and Tyler Perry, accusing them of protecting a corrupt system. For years, he was the canary in the coal mine, and his warnings were dismissed as crazy talk. But the federal investigation into Sean Diddy Combs has forced everyone to stop and listen. The story is far from over, and with a federal criminal trial set for May 2025, more secrets and more names may still come to light. So, who on this list shocked you the most? And after everything that's come out, does Katt Williams deserve an apology? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading every single one. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you're first to know when the next update drops.